Bellevue police officer who was badly hurt while escorting the vice president has now won a hard-fought extension on his medical coverage. The decision by the city to offer more help comes after intense pushback from the public. KOMO's Joel Marino looks at what's changed for Officer Kevin Bereta and other city employees.
Ever since his accident last August, Bellevue police officer Kevin Bereta has been too hurt to work. He told KOMO News earlier this month it also impacts his family life.
I haven't been able to be the father I want to be. I'm still present. I'm around, but I can't play with him like I used to.
Bereta was part of the motorcade escorting Vice President Kamala Harris when he fell off an overpass and shattered his body. He began grueling physical therapy treatments, but in February, his city-provided medical coverage ran out, even though the doctor bills kept pouring in. City officials said their hands were tied, but as public backlash mounted, they came up with a short-term fix.
And I'm happy to say that we presented an option to our bargaining units for a near-term 2-year solution.
Bereta still receives workers' compensation, but his city health care expired, so his family switched to the more expensive COBRA coverage. Now, the city will take on those expenses.
The city will cover the cost of COBRA for an additional 6 months if they're on the approved leave, with an option for another 6 months of COBRA coverage.
The changes for Bereta will now apply to all city employees who are hurt on the job and face extraordinary circumstances preventing their return to work. What's unclear is how the city is paying for this change. Right now, only Bereta qualifies, but the city has yet to explain how they would cover the cost for other employees who seek this same benefit.
So my goal is to try to get back to 100%. I'm working every day to do that.
Joel Marino, KOMO News.
City officials say this short-term fix will expire in 2 years, but will give them enough time to look at a more long-lasting approach to providing health coverage to employees who face unique medical situations. A Washington woman claims that Delta Airlines wheelchair assistance service failed to accommodate her despite her many pleas for help.
KOMO's Jackie Ken has been looking into what happened and has the response from Delta. She's live at Sea-Tac with more. Jackie?
Hannah Donahue broke down in tears when we spoke with her today. She claims multiple people on Sunday told her they would not assist her to her gate. Now, Delta has since offered to reimburse her for the flight, but she wants the airline to make changes so that no one else goes through this experience.
I feel helpless at this point. I still feel helpless.
Hannah Donahue and 10-month-old Poppy were supposed to be on the East Coast with family as Donahue's broken foot heals, but they never made it on the plane at Sea-Tac Airport. Donahue claims she was denied a wheelchair for their Sunday flight despite reserving one ahead of time. The accommodation was even noted on her ticket.
I sat in the wheelchair, and like I said, I asked multiple attendants if they could just take me. And they just kept telling me no.
She describes first pleading for help at the Delta wheelchair assistance counter, but was told their staff were with other people or they would get a supervisor. But she says that help never came. At this point, she had only 45 minutes to make it to her gate, so she headed towards security on crutches and with Poppy at her side.
I'm missing my flight. I'm crutching my way through the airport. I had my 10-month-old in this arm. I'm trying to push my luggage with this arm.
She ultimately skipped her flight because she was in such pain.
It was one of the most dehumanizing experiences of my life because so many people were there and saw this happening and nobody wanted to help me. And I asked so many people.
The Air Carrier Access Act outlines an airline's responsibility for providing disability accommodation services, including wheelchair assistance. While Delta is looking into what happened, Donahue is calling on the airline to have a more organized setup.
I don't want anyone to go through what I went through.
And we've asked Delta about their wheelchair and staff capacity and what could change for more effective service. I did just hear back from a Delta spokesperson in the past hour. She tells me it includes an apology for this customer. They also say they are investigating internally to facilitate a better experience for reliable, timely wheelchair service. Of course, we will be following up to get more specifics as they learn more about exactly what happened. But for now, live at Sea-Tac. Jackie Kent, KOMO News.
Jackie, thank you. And looking live at the airport, where an airport spokesperson says travelers needing assistance can find help from its airport pathfinders. Those are the workers you see in lime green jackets and vests throughout the terminals. Travelers can also reserve a wheelchair ahead of time on the airport website to ensure one is available when you need it.